So I'm not saying that you need to watch it, but I want for you to know what's in this movie. And it's horrifying.
Precious and priceless, precious and priceless, precious and priceless, precious.
I'm Rich Love Society, and welcome back to my channel. I went into this movie knowing that it was controversial. I kind of had an idea of what it was going to be like, but I didn't want to get too deep into the opinions of others. I wanted to see for myself how I felt. There were so many times that I almost turned this movie off because I'm just like you guys don't want to watch this movie. If you still have Netflix or your kids have a friend that has Netflix, there may be a chance that they're going to see this movie. So I'm not saying that you need to watch it, but I want for you to know what's in this movie. And it's horrifying. I feel like I just watched an infomercial for selling kids. This movie isn't marketed for adults. I got bored in the beginning. I didn't know what was going on or why I should even care what was going on in the movie. I had to take a break, go get some cereal, because I'm like, can I really sit through this movie? If this movie's TV mature, who are you making it for? Because you need to be, 16, 17 and up to watch a TV mature movie? Is it for the adults? It would make me uncomfortable if I wasn't uncomfortable by this movie. There is never, ever a reason that you will have 13-year-olds playing 11-year-olds twerking, grabbing their area with their finger in their mouth, sucking their lips, and dancing around like this. Excuse me? The story and the message got lost in the sexualization of these little girls. The things that are happening in this movie, they have happened to millions of little girls that sometimes their story is never told. How did it go through the entire filming process, go through the Sundance Festival, get to Netflix? Nobody at Netflix thought to themselves, what were y'all thinking? Nothing in a movie is done unintentionally. There's no scene that it's not there for a reason. If you see a leaf blowing in the wind, they're trying to evoke an emotion. Why did the shot of the girls falling on the ground on top of each other, touching one another, need to happen? What emotion were you trying to evoke with that? This is where I have a problem, because I know how much goes into filming a movie. You know what angle, you know why you're doing it this way, you know what you're directing them, telling them to do. You're telling them to move a certain way. You are telling them to stick their finger in their mouth. You are telling them to gyrate and vibrate. There is always a way to tell a story without completely demoralizing and sexualizing these little girls. They said that they had a psychiatrist on site at all times. Yeah, you already knew what you guys were doing. This is where things get very uncomfortable for me. In this video, they're dancing provocatively, and at the end of it, one of them lifts up her shirt and shows her complete breast. The whole thing, an underdeveloped breast. That's supposed to be someone who's a child. Why was it needed to show her breast? Because to me, you cross the line on every level. Amy is teaching herself how to dance and how to be sexy from these music videos that she's watching. And the music videos are cringeworthy because she wouldn't learn that in her house, because her house is very traditional Muslim Islamic household. She was teaching herself that so that she could become a part of this dance group. There is a sense of normalizing prostitution. It's in our music. There's lyrics in songs where they're saying, if you buy me a Mercedes, I'll pull my panties to the side. And I know that that's very inappropriate for me to say, but our children are hearing those lyrics. Our children are emulating that. And we are living in a place that's trying to normalize having with young kids, normalize prostitution, whether it's an adult or a minor. There are laws being created in states, and I'm wondering, why are they creating these laws now when we have someone that's in the system that can literally destroy many people's lives with the allegations that they have? And now you have states that are trying to ease the punishment for certain things, that really, please stay woke, people. Stay woke. Just stay woke. There is a scene where they sneak into a laser tag event place without paying. They get caught. One of the security guards, well, we're just gonna call the police. And so then Amy turns around a foot away from the security guard and starts twerking for him. And you just see her dancing and no one's doing anything. The men are not stopping them. They're just watching. And so then he lets them go. And then the other security guard is like telling the one that's older that was watching, like, are you kidding me? Like, are you serious? Because he seemed to be enjoying it. And so she starts to get all these likes and hearts, and they're telling her, oh my gosh, they really liked you, Amy. They really liked you. And so she's like, oh, well, maybe I should be sexier. So then the next day, she shows up to school in this crop top, cleavage, tight, leather pants, and like she's getting all this attention. This is not something that's not really happening in real life. I just gotta point that out there, because this is actually happening in real, like, it's really happening in children's world. I just need to make sure that that's clear, because I don't want for people to think that this is just a figment of someone's imagination. Okay, the problem I had is, why was their camera angles focusing in on that? And I can tell you, my first situation, the first time I was ever hit on, I was in 6th grade. The first time I was hit on, someone walked up to me as I was walking down the stairs and said, oh my God, your eyes are so beautiful. I'm so mesmerized. Your eyes, they're so dark and beautiful. It was my gym teacher in the middle of the school, caresses me and tells me how beautiful I am. I didn't grow up in an at-risk school, okay? So people that believe because you live in a better area, or you're not struggling, or you're able to buy your kids a Jeep for their first car, you're not exempt. Those kids need to be watched too. So she gets angry and she goes to fight this little girl, who pulls down her pants, and then you see a shot of her panties. Why is that necessary? Because she doesn't want to give her phone back, because that's her lifeline to her friends and to her music videos and to her finding the outside world. Wow, I got that. I just got that right now. That was her link to the outside world. That was her link to social media, to watch her music videos, to learn how to be sexy. So she did not want to give this phone away, and takes a picture of her and posts it on a social media site. You just see this change of her being more sexual. The next scene really bothers me because the auntie and the mom take her into the living room in like a yellow shirt that's kind of, you could see through it a little bit, and they're like splashing her with water. I guess like to do like an exorcism, as if maybe she's possessed. And as they're splashing it on her, she starts to like shake and vibrate. And then once she's done with that, she looks relieved. When I think of the things that happened to me, the little girls that I talk to about loving themselves, even though these things happen to them, that scene went too far. They didn't have to put that scene in there. She didn't have to start vibrating and moving. Hold on, I need a second. Like, there's other ways to be artistic. They definitely dropped the ball on this movie. The storyline could have been a great, informative movie for girls that really are dealing with pressures and not knowing what to do with their bodies and getting their period and parents not listening and all the things. It's like they try to cover every feminine issue in one movie. But why did you have to make it so sexual? Whoever edited this, I don't know how much they paid you, but I could not have sat through that. I couldn't have sat through that. I couldn't have edited that. There's no amount of editing, there's no amount of money that could have made that okay for me to edit. This movie could have really helped some little girls, but in trying to push the envelope and be edgy to make more money, to win this festival, to get onto Netflix, you took it too far, because there's a lot of kids that aren't going to get that message, even though it's something that they're dealing with. You sexualized it so much that you ruined it. You ruined the concept and the purpose of this movie. I just need to throw that out there in case you make more movies, which after this, girl, I don't know. I have had conversations with parents who have found naked pictures of their child on their phone, naked pictures of grown men on their phone, or mid-chat, video chat with grown men, with 12-year-old, 11-year-old, 9-year-old little girls. And there are boys as well trying to find older women to help buy them PS4s and shoes. But let's not be so focused on hashtag cancel Netflix that we don't hashtag do something about it. I'm glad that people want to be involved. I'm glad that people are aware of this. But can we do more than just talk about it? Because things actually need to change. What are you going to do to make sure that these conversations are being had with the children in your home? We can talk about the movie. We can talk about Cuties. We can talk. What are you going to do about it?
Hi, My Richies. Thanks for watching my review of the Cuties movie. Check the description box down below to find out how you can hashtag do something about it. See you on the next one. God bless.